Commander Sarah Chen stood before the massive holographic display in Earth's Strategic Defense Command, watching the quantum signatures of 12 alien fleets converge on the outer rim of the Sol system. The ultimatum had arrived exactly 72 hours ago: surrender humanity's quantum drive technology or face complete annihilation. What the Galactic Council hadn't anticipated was that humans had been preparing for this moment for decades. "Admiral, the Andromedan fleet is holding position at Pluto's orbit," reported Lieutenant Hayes, his fingers dancing across the neural interface console. "The Zephyrian dreadnoughts are maintaining formation near Neptune. They're not advancing." Chen nodded grimly. The Council's arrogance was showing. 12 of the most advanced civilizations in the galaxy, and they believed Earth would simply capitulate. They had underestimated humanity's greatest strength, their ability to innovate under pressure. "Dr. Reeves, status on Project Mirror?" Chen asked, turning to the pale scientist whose quantum equations had made this moment possible. "The dimensional fold generators are at full capacity," Reeves replied, adjusting his neural crown. "The mirror universe breach is stable. We can maintain the connection for approximately 18 minutes before quantum decay becomes critical." 18 minutes. That's all they would need. The plan was audacious beyond measure. While the Galactic Council believed they were dealing with a primitive species that had stumbled upon quantum drive technology through luck, humanity had actually reverse-engineered it from a derelict ship found buried in Antarctica 50 years ago. But they had done more than just copy the technology, they had improved it. The breakthrough came when Dr. Reeves discovered that quantum drives didn't just bend space-time. They created temporary rifts into parallel dimensions. The Council's own technology could be turned against them, but only if one understood the underlying quantum mechanics well enough to manipulate the dimensional barriers. "Incoming transmission from the Galactic Council flagship," Hayes announced. The hologram shimmered, revealing the imposing figure of High Counselor Vex High, his crystalline exoskeleton reflecting the bridge lights of his massive vessel. Behind him, representatives from 11 other species stood in a semicircle, their various forms a testament to the diversity of galactic civilization. "Humans," Vex High's voice resonated through universal translators, "your time has expired. Surrender your quantum technology and submit to Council authority, or watch your pathetic world burn." Chen stepped forward, her expression calm despite the magnitude of what was about to unfold. "High Counselor, we appreciate your generous offer. However, humanity must respectfully decline." A ripple of what might have been laughter passed through the alien assembly. Counselor Zara Thek, her serpentine form coiling with amusement, hissed into the transmission. "Brave words from a species that has barely mastered interplanetary travel. You face the combined might of 12 galactic civilizations. Your defiance is admirable but futile." "Perhaps," Chen replied, "but you've made one critical error in your calculations." "And what might that be?" Vex High demanded, his patience clearly wearing thin. Chen's smile was cold as quantum winter. "You assumed we were primitives who stumbled upon quantum technology by accident. You never considered that we might understand it better than you do." Before the Council could respond, Chen gave the signal. Dr. Reeves activated the dimensional fold generators. The effect was instantaneous and spectacular. Around each of the 12 alien fleets, space itself began to warp and twist. Quantum mirrors materialized, perfect dimensional reflections that showed not empty space, but mirror versions of the fleets themselves. For a moment, the alien commanders stared in confusion at their own ships, appearing as ghostly doubles. Then the mirrors solidified. What happened next defied every law of physics the Galactic Council thought they understood. The mirror ships, composed of exotic matter from a parallel dimension where the laws of physics ran in reverse, began to interact with their real space counterparts. The quantum drives that powered the alien vessels suddenly found themselves locked in feedback loops with their dimensional opposites. Impossible. Vexai's voice crackled through increasing interference. Quantum drives cannot be. His transmission cut off as his flagship began to fold in on itself, caught between dimensions. The massive vessel, designed to withstand the gravitational pull of black holes, crumpled like paper as its own quantum field turned inside out. Across the outer system, the same fate befell the other fleets. Ships that had terrorized 100 worlds found themselves trapped in dimensional feedback loops, their own technology becoming their downfall. The Zephyrian dreadnoughts, with their gleaming energy shields, watched helplessly as mirror versions of their own weapons tore through defenses that had never been designed to protect against attacks from parallel dimensions. The Andromedan bioships, living vessels grown rather than built, screamed across multiple dimensional frequencies as their mirror selves infected them with reversed biological processes. Crews that had evolved to breathe methane suddenly found themselves drowning in their own atmosphere as quantum biology ran backward. "Status report," Chen commanded, though she could see the results playing out on the main display. "All 12 fleets are experiencing critical dimensional collapse," Hayes reported, his voice filled with awe. "The quantum feedback is cascading through their entire formations. Admiral, they're not just disabled, they're being erased from this dimension entirely." Dr. Reeves wiped sweat from his brow, the strain of maintaining the dimensional breach evident in his trembling hands. "The mirror universe connection is holding, but we need to collapse it soon. The quantum substrate can't handle this level of dimensional stress for much longer." Chen nodded. "Signal all surviving council vessels. Open a channel." The hologram flickered to life, showing the interior of what appeared to be an escape pod. High Counselor Vexai's crystalline form was cracked and dimming, his voice weak but still carrying the authority of his position. "How?" he whispered. "How did a primitive species accomplish what our greatest scientists deemed impossible?" "Because you never understood what you were dealing with," Chen replied. "You saw quantum drives as tools for faster-than-light travel. We saw them as weapons. You conquered through superior technology. We survived by making your technology irrelevant." She paused, letting the weight of humanity's achievement sink in. Around them, the dimensional mirrors began to fade as Dr. Reeves carefully collapsed the quantum breach. Where 12 mighty fleets had once threatened Earth, only scattered escape pods and debris remained. "The Council will not forget this," Vexai threatened, though his words lacked conviction. "No," Chen agreed. "But they will remember that humanity cannot be underestimated. Your ultimatum was indeed a trap, but not for us. You trapped yourselves the moment you assumed we were inferior." The transmission ended. In the silence that followed, Chen looked out at the stars, where the greatest military force in galactic history had just been neutralized by a species they had dismissed as primitives. "Admiral," Hayes said quietly, "incoming messages from 17 different star systems. They're requesting alliance with Earth." Chen smiled. The Galactic Council had wanted to demonstrate their power by destroying humanity. Instead, they had demonstrated that even the mightiest empires could fall when they underestimated the ingenuity of those they sought to oppress. The trap had indeed been sprung, but humanity had been the trappers, not the prey.